Hi, Andrew here. Continuing our series on defensive pistol ammunition gel testing, we're going to kick it old school today with some Federal 155 grain Hi-Shok. Yes, it's an older design. There are a lot of newer bullets out nowadays like the HST or the Gold Dot that tend to perform a lot better than the Hi-Shok. But it's still in production. You can often find a really good deal on it, and it is even still issued by some departments, so it's worth taking a look at to see how it performs. We're going to fire it out of my Glock Model 23. Let's get out to the range and take a look. Alright, color me surprised. I expected shallow penetration. I expected that 155 grain wouldn't penetrate deeply enough, being a little bit low sectional density for the caliber, light for caliber. But both of these did expand and they penetrated very deeply. In fact, total penetration 18.4, 17.9, right at the upper edge of the FBI 18-inch recommended maximum. Of course, expansion was nearly instant with the bare gel. That's not surprising at all. Get this dug out of here. That is pretty big, really. Oh, that's sharp. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. Nice flat expansion. The sharp edges. Nearly cut myself digging it out. We'll get some better photographs and some measurements when we get home. That looks fairly decent. And then for the bad news. The bad news is heavy clothing tends to increase penetration because it causes the bullet to expand less and to expand later in its travel, which means that it has less drag, which means that it tends to penetrate more deeply. So when we hit this with the 4 layers of denim, there's a real good chance that it'll exceed this 18-inch maximum, even if it does expand reliably. If it doesn't expand at all, it's definitely way past that 18 inches. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm surprised but not surprised in that I'm not surprised that it expands in bare gel. That's not difficult to do. Even crappy bullets tend to expand pretty well in bare gel. I am surprised that it penetrated so deeply. Generally speaking, light for caliber bullets tend to penetrate less than medium or heavy for caliber bullets, and 155 grain is pretty light for 40 caliber, which means it has a fairly low sectional density. And this actually got really deep. It got right to the edge of that FBI 18-inch recommended maximum. I don't see it doing a lot better through heavy clothing. There is often a misconception out there that heavy clothing reduces penetration because we think of it as hitting the heavy clothing and slowing down and then penetrating less. But what often happens is that the clothing fibers pack that cavity and prevent or delay or reduce the expansion of the bullet, which of course reduces the amount of drag on the bullet, which therefore increases penetration. In any case, that's the reason for including the heavy clothing test, is to see whether it prevents expansion and causes the bullet to fail the penetration requirements and expansion requirements for defensive use. So let's get back out to the range, fire the same 155 grain Hi-Shok through the same G23 through 4 layers of denim and see if it does any better. I didn't notice this until I was editing, but it doesn't look like there was any substantial expansion here. Okay, I am Jack's complete lack of surprise. We did see a lot of disruption here, and it looks like this bullet may have expanded, but it came out down here and was lost. This bullet hit up here, came through here, out the back here, and was stopped by that backer armor, and it clearly did not expand. So older bullet technology, they often fail the 4 layers of denim test. It's not uncommon at all. Overall, it was mediocre at best. It expanded but penetrated pretty deeply in the bare gel and then in the heavy clothing and failed to expand. I'd say it is a no-go at this station. Okay, once again, I am Jack's complete lack of surprise. An older bullet tends not to do so well through the heavy clothing. That's why the heavy clothing test exists in the first place. A lot of those older bullet designs just didn't do so well against bad guys that were wearing lots of clothing. In this case, no exception. The bullet completely failed to expand, and therefore it's probably not the best choice for defensive use, although if you find a really good deal on it, it's maybe not a bad idea to stock a whole bunch of it, because naked tweakers and guys wearing just a regular t-shirt or something like that will probably still do a fairly decent job on, and the penetration was certainly adequate. If you disagree with any of my conclusions or my methods, or if you have any questions about why I think the things I do, definitely leave a comment below. Engaging with videos tells YouTube the sort of stuff you'd like to see, so you can see more of it. Have a great day.